Hey you guys, how's it going? It's Sang here. So as you can see, I'm currently playing the brand new redesign of the Crusaders Thorns build for patch 2.4, and we're going to be discussing about that, don't worry. So I'm on the PTR for patch 2.4, so that means that anything we talk about can definitely be changed before its live server, but I don't think so this time around because Blizzard has already, fixed a little bug that allowed you to do so much damage with Thorns that you went up to, pretty much you could get up to Paragon, Greater Rift 150, which is really high. So they fixed that, so I don't think they will definitely change it anymore. Maybe a little tweak here and there, but the build is pretty much promising and really good to go. So this build is really fun. As you can see, I'm currently playing, and it's really fun for me. It's totally different from what I'm used to before, because what I'm used to before is like focusing on your damage, your critical hit chance, critical hit damage, and everything to multiply that damage as much as we can. But this one, it's not that. Our weapon damage means nothing at all, because that's not what is gonna kill the mobs. What's gonna kill the mobs is the Thorns, and so that's what we focus on with this build. It's your Thorns damage, and then how fast you can apply that to all the mobs around you, and then lastly is the skills that we can use to multiply that Thorns damage as much as we can to pretty much do, I don't know, 10-20 billion damage for Thorns. So that's what we focus on this build. So have a look a little bit, and then we'll go into the skills, the Paragon levels, the gears, the legendary gems, and the Kanai Cube as usual. And I'll see you guys very soon. Welcome back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little demo video, because I've been enjoying this Crusader build for the PTR for patch 2.4, and it's actually making me want to play Crusader for patch 2.4 for season 5. I haven't played a Crusader since like season 1, so that's quite a while now. And it's gonna be really awesome. So we're gonna go into the gears. I have the gear set up right there, Kanai Cube, skills and everything, and it's pretty much synergizes with each other to buff Thorns. And yeah, it's really cool. So we're gonna go into pretty much the stats priority first, okay? For stats priority, you always want to focus on Thorns damage, of course, right? But besides that, you want to focus on attack speed. The reason is because we want as much attack speed as possible so that we can apply Thorns as fast as we can. That's how it pretty much dies. So you want to look at the white damage, not the yellow damage. The white damage is where Thorns shows up, not the yellow damage, okay? The yellow damage is you poking knife. But you want to focus on Thorn damage and applying as much as possible. Weapon damage does not mean anything in this build at all, okay? So Thorns attack speed is priority. Then we want cooldown reduction, because cooldown reduction helps us just to spam our skills as much and fast as possible. So we want as high as possible as we can. That way we can spam our skills to increase Thorn damage and also damage reduction taken. Then the third stats priority is pretty much chance to block, because we want to block everything, and you'll understand why when I explain the gears to you. So chance to block is also third top priority, okay? And then you want life per hit if you can, and then socket, and then everything else. Strength, vitality, not life percentage, okay? You always want vitality, not life percentage in this build, okay? And then lastly is going to be pretty much all resist, and that's it. That's it for stats. So let's take a look at our gears. So the first pieces of item that we need is going to be the full 6 piece of Thorns of the Invoker right here. So we need all 6 of them. We're not going to be using the Ring of Royal Grandeur at all. So we're going to be needing all of them right there. Let's put them on right now. So we activated pretty much the 6 piece set bonuses. For the 2 set piece bonus, your Thorns now hits all enemies in a 15-yard radius around you. Each time you hit an enemy with punish, slash, or block an attack, your Thorns is increased by 50% for 2 seconds. So what that means is, because we're using our Wrath generator all the time, punish or slash, that means that this set bonus is going to be active at all times, especially when we're always hitting things, okay? So for the 4 piece set bonus, you take 50% less damage for 20 seconds after casting Bombardment, which pretty much means the next item we need is going to be the Belt of Trove right here, which for every X amount of seconds you call down Bombardment on a random nearby enemy. So min is 6, max is 8. I don't know why they just don't put a static number there, because the buff right here is it's 20 seconds long. So pretty much that 4 piece bonus is going to be up at all times. No worries about that. For the 6 set piece bonus, the attack speed of Punish and Slash are increased by 50% and deal 600% of your Thorns damage to the first enemy it hits. That will help us apply Thorns even faster. Alright, so the set bonuses are done. Let's move on to the next item. For our weapons, there are 2 weapons to choose from, but always recommended is going to be the pick sticker right here. The reason for that is because it is a daggers, and daggers have a 1.5 attack speed per second, and also of its primary affix, you will always have the increased attack speed rolled no matter what. Okay, so that will always be there, and that's why we want it, because the faster we can apply Thorns, the quicker everything just dies, right? Not only that, but secondary is pretty cool. It increases damage to beasts and humans. And also it squeals when it does stuff, so that's pretty cool. That's why we want it. I mean, you can use the hack if you want to, but it is slower and it doesn't have that attack speed increase, but it does give you an X amount of Thorns damage is applied on every attack, so that's up to you if you want to. I would actually always recommend the pick sticker, okay? So for our chest, we will always want to use the Aquila Cuirass right here. The reason why we want to use that is because, well, the reason why we always want to have it on us is because of its legendary power, and reads, while above X amount, your primary resources, all damage taken is reduced by 50%. And now, because we don't use any Wrath generator right here, sorry, Wrath spender right here, that means that we will always pretty much have 100% Wrath at all times, which means that its buff right here will be always there for us. So that is awesome, and we always want it on us because, well, it doesn't really have a min or max because we always have Wrath 100%, right? We never wanted to use it in the Kanai Cube, okay? For shields, we want the Voyatoria Spiker. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. So enemies affected by Provoke take double damage from Thorns. And also, we always want this to be on us versus in our Kanai Cube. The reason, because it doesn't have a min or max. The shield in our cube will have a min or max. And that's why we always want it that way, okay? You don't interchange them. It's not good. So lastly is going to be our neck and rings. We're going to be using the Endless Walk set bonus right here, and the reason for that is because whenever we're standing still, damage dealt is increased by 100%. Damage dealt, your damage for Thorns as well, not just weapon damage. Your damage for Thorn is increased by 100%, and while we're moving, damage is reduced by 50%. So that's cool. You can balance that out if you want to, okay? So for the last ring, we always want the Justice Lantern right here, always on us, not in the Kanai Cube. The reason is because of its primary affix, which can roll chance to block right there, which is really cool, which is what we need. The higher our block, the better. Not only that, but the legendary power, gain damage reduction equal to X amount of your block chance. So min is 50, max is 65. I roll 51, which kind of sucks. So let's put this on right now, and I have 67% chance block right there. So let's pretend this is 50%, okay? So 50% of 67 is 33% increase in damage reduction. So that's why we always want to have this Justice Lantern on us, because of its primary affix to be able to roll chance on to block. So for the Kanai Cube, the items we have in it is pretty much going to synergize with what we have on us and our stats itself. I know you guys can't see the bottom, but you get the picture. Well, you know what it is. So the first item we need is going to be the Akarat's Awakening right here. Every successful block has a 25% chance to reduce all cooldowns by 1 second. So that's why we want to have block chance as high as possible, okay? And whenever that is successful, it will pretty much reduce all cooldowns by 1 second, not just one skill, every skill. So that will allow us to spam more skills, which means more damage done and damage reduction. Okay, so for the next item, it's going to be Heart of Iron right here. So gain Thorns equal to 500% of your vitality. So the more vitality you have on you, which means the more Thorns you have on you. So it means that whenever you have Ancient item, that is really good for this, okay? And that's why we wanted to have this in the Kanai Cube, because it does have a min and max. And that's why we always want it there rather than on us. Lastly is the Conventions of Elements. You know what it does, but anyways, if you don't feel like using it, and if you feel like you need more toughness, which I honestly don't think you do, you could always use Unity Ring if you want to. That's up to you, but I don't think you really do need that. So Conventional Elements, it's always going to be recommended, okay? Okay, so for the legendaries gems and the normal gems, we're going to be using this right here, the Byoski's chip, which will increase our thorn damage by an X amount. The higher the rank, the better it is, okay? And then we're going to be using the Bane of the Stricken right here to help us kill the Rift Guardian faster, increases his damage as well as time goes by. And then lastly is going to be the Bane of Trap, which means increasing damage by an X amount. So that's what for the legendary gems. For the normal gems, we're going to be using the Flawless Royal Topaz for our weapon, because it increases our thorn damage by 64,000. That's why we want that there, okay? So right now I have 5, 3, 1, 2, 7, 4 thorn damage, which is multiplied by everything else. So that is pretty cool. And then for our armor gems, we're just going to be using Flawless Diamond, because we don't care about our weapon damage at all, and this will increase our toughness more than strength does, okay? And then lastly, the Helm gem is cooldown reduction, right? Cooldown reduction is very important. Alright, so for Paragon Levels, core, we want everything into strength, and then movement to 25% increase in speed right there. Offensiveness, we want attack speed cooldown reduction primary, and then it doesn't really matter for those two. Defense, we want resist all, armor, life regen, and then life. Utility is going to be area damage, and then life on hit, and then those two doesn't matter at all. Let's move into our skills. So for our primary skills, we will want to be using Punish with Celerity right here. So whenever we do damage, we will gain Hardened Senses, which will increase our block chance by 15% for 5 seconds, which is very important, like I said. And then while you block with Hardened Senses active, you gain 15% increase in attack speed for 3 seconds. So that's why we want it. We want it for defense and offense, okay? I mean, if you don't want to use that, you can use Slash with Zeo to increase your attack speed by 30% if you want to, but that's up to you. But it's always recommended to have Punish with Celerity, okay? For Akarat's Champion, we want Profit right here to increase our damage by 35%, increase our armor by 150% as well, and then whenever we take a fatal hit, we gain life back right away with that Profit rune. We're going to be using Provoke with Cleanse right here. So usually Provoke will give us Wrath back, and that's why we want it, but we actually don't care about that part. We care about the rune part. For each enemy successfully taunted, you gain X amount additional and life on hit for 5 seconds. So that can stack pretty much infinitely. I had it stacking for like 30 stacks. I think I said 20 stacks. 22 stacks is my high stack so far. So that's why we want it, okay? It pretty much helps us heal ourselves. Then we're going to be using Law of Justice right here with Decaying Strength, pretty much damage reduction and increase in toughness, pretty much it. For Consecration, we're going to be using Beds of Nails right here. So pretty much whenever you're in it, you're going to be regenerating 32,000 life per second. Not only that, enemies who enter it will take increase in thorn damage by 100%. So that's pretty good for thorn damage right there. Lastly is going to be Iron Skin right here. Turn your skin into iron, absorbing 50% of all incoming damage for 4 seconds. Not only that, but while active, your thorns is increased by 300% damage. So pretty much synergizes with all our stuff that we had before. So for our passive skills, we want Fever right here to increase our attack speed by 15% and reduce our cooldown reduction by 15% right there. Next is pretty much obvious, is Iron Maiden. Your thorns is increased by 100%. Next one is going to be Indestructible I would recommend this if you're doing higher grade rifts anyway. This is a second life kind of thing, so you want this right here. With profit, you can't really screw up that much, so that's why you want that, okay? Lastly is hold your ground, so you can no longer dodge, which is okay, sure, but your block chance is increased by 30%. So the more block you have, the better it is anyways, so that's why we want that, okay? So lastly is going to be our follower. We're going to be using the enchanters right here because she does increase our attack speed is what we want. And not only that, but she will increase our armor as well and slow down melee attackers. And then she will do a debuff on mobs, which will let them have additional damage taken to them. And also she charms enemies if you really want that. So that's why we want her, okay? So that is pretty much it for the build guide video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you had the chance of pretty much playing with it on the PTR I have, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty awesome. I do like it a lot, and hopefully you guys do too. Anyways, if you like this video, a thumbs up would definitely be appreciated because it does help me out quite a lot. And share it too if you want to. That does help me out a lot as well. If you have questions or comments, please leave them down below, and don't forget to press subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!